everyone, welcome back to Raining Souls ASMR. Today we are taking a beautiful, relaxing, and nerdy walk through Akihabara, Japan. This is a trip that my wife and I took earlier this year, so you'll see a lot of her unique cherry blossom nails in this video. And as we walk through and visit the many shops and side streets, I will give them a rating based on whether they are a good video game, card, or figure shop. So if you are also planning to visit Akihabara, you'll know which stores to be on the lookout for. I have a stack of Pokemon cards to tap on, and a microphone to caress for some extra ASMR triggers. So I hope you'll join me on this relaxing walk through the anime capital of the world. It is a beautiful, crisp, cool day in Akihabara, Japan. The first place we are going to visit is a very famous small side street or alleyway underneath the train tracks. This very narrow indoor alley is located right opposite the Gigo building, which was formerly the Sega building. As you can see, this place has a lot of figures. We got Gear 5 Luffy, Gear 4, there's a small Cammy right there. Lots of One Piece, Luffy, Lucci. There's a Chopper. Right has her eye on that Chopper pin. Lots of Gear 5 stuff, some Dragon Ball, Go On Beast, Goku with his angel wings, Super Saiyan 3, Gogeta, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, there's a Brawly, lots of Vegeta, and there they are all lined up. Got some Dragon Balls there as well. Here's a lot of cards, a lot of booster packs. Got Yu-Gi-Oh! Lots of Yu-Gi-Oh! There. Some more obscure figures, some Digimon. A Gatomon one on sale for $20. Rain has had her eye on this because it's a cat, of course. And now we come to some more expensive looking Pokemon cards. Lots of Venusaur up there, then they have some Evolutions below it. Some base set Charmander and Bulbasaur, Squirtle, there's some Gengar cards, Snorlax. Some Evolutions here. Everything looks like it's in pretty good condition. Pretty reasonable prices for evolution cards. Some Unigaba there, looks like the entire set. Pikachu and Eevee. This one says it's with the box, so I guess they took it out just to show you what it looks like, but if you buy it, I guess it comes with the box. Pretty expensive. That one there is $100. Well, 100 Canadian. Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. That one's a little bit bloody. Gear 5 and Zoro. Wano Zoro there. I think that's him. I think it's called Ashura when he does his attack against the CP9 giraffe guy, Kaku. Luffy, more Gear 5. Some characters from the Fate series. I've only seen Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night. I'm not sure, but I think the other ones were from the video game. Got some Dragon Ball keychains and Dragon Ball Z figures. Got the entire Ginyu Force there. Here's an entire display case of old Game Boy games, Game Boy consoles. There's some Tamagotchi there. My wife was looking for a Tamagotchi as gifts for souvenirs for people, but we could not find any, and we came across some here, but they were so expensive. We thought we were just going to be able to pick up just a cheap Tamagotchi as souvenirs, but we could not find any. Here's some old Game Boy games from the original Game Boy. There's some Pokemon games in the back. Yellow, blue, red, green, silver, gold. Looks like sapphire and ruby and emerald. I don't know, that's creepy. I don't know why they have that in a Dragon Ball display case. It's a bit out of place. And this was my wife's favorite display case. It had dozens and dozens of small chopper figurines. There's him as a cake. It looks like he's in some maybe matcha pudding. There's him looking like Ace. He's got a guitar like Brooke. There's him with a little swimming flotation device. There's him as a cow. Lots of chopper ones. And this is all within that very narrow alleyway, indoor alley. Has a lot of different very small shops for figures, video games, cards. There's some more Dragon Ball, some Demon Slayer. Nezuko, Zenitsu, Tanjiro. There's a small Nezuko. like some smaller figures of Naruto. Big Majin Buu. That's the back of my head. So that's the back of the head reveal. Here's some older Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. At this point of our trip, we were looking for a Nintendo DS. We were looking to get Pokemon Black and White 2. And any other older games that caught our interest. Here's a smaller card shop that has a lot of cards on display. You got magic cards right here. Some Disney Arcana cards. I've never opened a Disney pack before. Duel Masters. There were a lot of Duel Master display cases and packs everywhere in Japan, especially in Osaka. I was surprised about how popular Duel Masters was. Because I don't think we have it here in the West or Canada. It looks like this is the new Gundam TCG. I believe it had just come out when we were on this trip. A lot of One Piece. Wow, these are expensive. That chopper card is $600 to $700 Canadian. Wow. $1,000 Ace card. I believe these are the manga cards. They look like they're from the manga. I recognize the art. These do look very nice. Hancock, Rayleigh, Blackbeard, Nami. That's a very nice Nami card. Wanted poster cards. I don't think I've ever seen these ones before. Sabo, Ace, Dragon, Nami. One Piece cards do look really good. My wife's mainly collecting Pokemon cards, specifically Evolutions, and she also just recently started a full Chopper binder collection. Got some more Dragon Ball cards, more Chopper cards there. That's a cool one. These are very expensive. I didn't know One Piece was so expensive for their most rare card. Oh, I guess these are slabs. Maybe that's why there's so much more. They're all gem mint. They're all 10s. So maybe that's why they're much more expensive than I thought they'd be. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. I didn't notice the slabs. And this was the new booster set that came out while we were in Japan. I believe it just released. We picked up a few of those from this store specifically. Really big plushie. Whenever we see a big plushie, my wife just pats it. super hard on the head. And that was the famous, very small, narrow Akihabara Alley. I don't think we showed you all of it, but that was the majority of what was interesting to us: cards, games, and figures. The cards were about a 3 out of 5. There were a fair amount of card shops. Lots of different variety: Magic, Gundam, One Piece, Dragon Ball, Pokemon. There were a lot of options there. There weren't that many singles that you saw there. There was a main store that had some slabs, but pretty expensive, so 3 out of 5. For games, not much variety. There's a few display cases that have some older Game Boy games, which was pretty cool, but if you want to find some Pokemon games, I would say it's a pretty good option. Some older Pokemon games, but anything other than that, you're not going to find much, so it's about a 2 out of 5. And the Pokemon games we did find there were pretty reasonably priced, I would say, compared to other stores. So if you want Pokemon games for a cheaper price, then I think that would be a good option. For figures, there's a lot of options there, as you saw. They have a lot of different variety, from Dragon Ball, Demon Slayer, you got Jujutsu Kaisen. If you want a weird baby, that's also there. So the variety is good. I'm not entirely sure how expensive figures should be, but it seemed like it was about the same price as everywhere else. And my wife would give it a 5 out of 5 for the cuteness factor. It's a very nice looking and interesting alleyway. It basically almost hit my head. I'm about 6'1", so that's as tall as the roof is. So it's very narrow and very small height-wise. So it is a cool area to visit if you're in Akihabara, Japan. And next stop on our trip through Akihabara is Surugaya. Surugaya. It is a purely secondhand shop. So everything here that you would buy has been owned before, but Japanese people keep everything in such good condition that it's basically like new. Surugaya has both cards, figures, video games, and our first stop in this store is to look at the Pokemon cards. As you can see, they have a lot of different price ranges and color-coded. Their pricing, I believe a yellow sticker is purely secondhand. I think a white sticker does mean it's new. I could be wrong, someone could correct me on that. Blastoise, Lugia. Those Lugias are basically the same price, so about the same condition. Mewtwo, Ho-Oh. Got some base set. Nidoking, Nidorino. Dratini, Bulbasaur. Erica's Bulbasaur. Some more base set Bulbasaur, Erica's Bulbasaur, Venusaur. Now some of these you can get for pretty cheap, and they're all pretty, I would say pretty good condition. If you're trying to resell it, maybe not, but if you're just collecting these cards, I think they're pretty good. My conditioning because she's just putting it in her evolution binder. But they were all really good condition, and she got them for cheap because the store had deemed them as a yellow sticker or in bad condition. Some Ninetales. She's got her eye on that one. About 15 bucks Canadian. Some more Ninetales. Wigglytuff. Some cool Arcanine cards. That one's got some, what looks like roses or flowers there. A very cute row of Eevees. Rainessa had her eye on these ones. A little bit of a smile there. It's a bit of a creepy smile, but I think she probably thinks it's cute. Vaporeon. And I'm not too sure what these file number cards are. Pocket Monsters. They might be the very first Pokemon cards they did before the TCG came out. I think that might be right. Kabutops, Porygon, Vulpix, $4 Vulpix card. So it's $4 Canadian. When I say the price, it's in Canadian. If you want to convert that to American or whatever currency you're in, you'll be able to know the price there. They have a whole bunch of Pokemon cards in these display cases from every type of booster pack, every type of era and generation, in all different types of condition, some new, like I think that white sticker is, the yellow sticker, secondhand, but basically just like new. Some of them might be bad, but the ones we saw looked like they were pretty good. For Alligator. Pichu. I think that Clefairy. Cleffa. What is the pre-evolution of Clefable? It looked like in Japan it just said P. P-I-P. Espeon. Effie. Effie in Japanese. Yado King. Yado King for Slowking. Some Houndoom cards, those ones look really good. I like the one that's howling, that's good, that looks really cool. Houndour. Got some illustration rares and art rares in these cases here. varying prices. 151 packs for $20. Ambience. And here we have a bunch of just bulk singles. And even these bulk ones they have in this plastic wrap. So if you're just missing any common card or uncommon card Pokemon, you just have a browse through this. Goldeen, Bellsprout. Looks like a lot of these are from the base set. Gym Challenge, Kakuna. It looks like they even organize it by type. There's a bunch of Psychic on there, Lightning or Thunder, Fighting, Rock, Normal. Everything is organized so you can easily take a browse through it to find which Pokemon card you're missing. Doesn't look like any cards from the newer booster sets are here. They even have the very old. I still think this is from the very first booster set. Or not booster set, the very first Pokemon cards they tried to do before the TCG. We found some Digimon cards. My wife was just trying to find the cute ones. So they don't just have Pokemon cards, they also have Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Over there from a bunch of different TCGs. Looks like a lot of this is just 50 cents Canadian. So pretty good. And they come with their, it's not like they just throw the bulk in. Looks like they also put them, well, at least the good ones, in sleeves. So everything here is in pretty good condition for a secondhand shop. I would say I like Digimon more than Pokemon, but I know more of the Pokemon names. Like I know that's Devimon, I know that was Stingmon and Guilmon, Patamon. I like the designs of Digimon, they appeal more to me. A bunch of different like buff demons and stuff like that, that's just what I like more. But I do know Pokemon names probably more than Digimon names. And this section of the Surugaya has a bunch of video game strategy guides, Paper Mario RPG, we got Omega Ruby and Sapphire. These strategy guides probably have the Pokedex inside, so you can do a little checklist. I believe this is Diamond and Pearl, Nintendo DS. Oh wait, maybe that one before was Black and White 2. That one was Diamond and Pearl, and this one is Omega Ruby, or just Ruby and Sapphire. Got some actual Game Boy games. So Surugaya has cards and video games. A bunch of old. If you're looking for any old video games from Game Boy, Game Boy Color, PlayStation 1, GameCube, Nintendo DS, place you should check out. We got some Game Boy games that I do not recognize. They're just hanging on these racks, sealed up. They don't come with the box, so they'll be the ones that don't come in the box are probably a little bit cheaper. Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness for the GameCube. My wife did in fact pick this one up. We also got a Japanese GameCube to go with it. $71 Canadian, and we don't know if that was a good price or not, we just picked it up. So Surugaya is, I would say, a definite must go to if you're looking for cards, games, and figures. They have a lot of good prices. It's all secondhand, but everything's in great condition. It's basically just like new. They have a lot of different options for cards. I would give it a 4 out of 5. There's a lot of good diversity in if you're looking for Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Duel Masters, Digimon, lots of bulk you can browse through. So I would give it a 4 out of 5. For games, I'd say this is quite possibly the best location for if you're looking for any old games, nothing new. So if you're looking for GameCube, Game Boy, PlayStation, PlayStation 2, any of the older gen stuff, they have a ton of variety. If you're just looking for something, an old game that you like to play again, I'd say it's a good place to go check out. For figures, they do have a lot of figures. I know we didn't show really much in Surugaya for figures, but they do have, I would say, really, really good amount of figures if you're looking to pick any of those up. So I would also give that a 4 out of 5. Surugaya is probably the best location for your buck and for the variety. Next on our walk through Akihabara is the very famous Super Potato. Super Potato, Super Potato, Super Potato. It is located, I think, on the second floor of this building, and it is a very famous video game shop that supplies a bunch of old video games. They have a lot of little trinkets as well for any type of video game you're looking for. A bunch of keychains, some Kirby keychains, some Kirby plushies that my wife couldn't help but just squish. It's a very uniquely displayed store. Even if you're not going to buy anything, I would suggest checking it out because it's almost like a blast from the past about all of these different video game systems that are just set up. So it's just a unique place to come and check out. Bunch of Pokemon plushies, Sylveon, Charizard, Quaxley, Mew. Venusaur. Can't help but squish. I forgot her name, Flareon. Leafeon. Bunch of old Dreamcast and PlayStation 1 games. always say his name when she was playing that game. Got some Dragon Ball Z games. I'm not sure what system this is for, maybe the Famicom. It's funny seeing Slay, and this is so cool, isn't it, in a Japanese store? Got a GameCube set up, Mario Kart Double Dash, lots of different posters from a bunch of different nerdy and geeky franchises, Sonic. I'm not sure what any of these products are. The Mega Drive. Bunch of different games from old systems. So if you remember playing some of these games as a kid, it would be cool to come and check out. Got some Game Boy Color games just on display here. The Game Boy games. I don't recognize too much here, or really anything. I recognize 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂. My sister would sing that anime opening basically every hour. Got some Kirby. Two different Kirby games. Price is around $26 Canadian. Seems a bit expensive for that, but Mario games, Wario Land 3, Kirby, Zelda. I believe that's, yeah, Oracle of Seasons and Ages. I like that game. Played that a lot as a kid. I believe that's the first TCG Pokemon Color game. Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Crystal. It looks like it's about $80 for Crystal, around 40 for Gold. And these ones here, it's very hard to read. It looks like it's 65 or 61, 41. So I guess it's not too bad, but it doesn't come with a box or manual. It's just an outside of the box, and it might not even be in that great condition. So I think the biggest problem with Super Potato at the moment is its prices. Everything, I think, has been, because Super Potato has become so famous, I think they've upped their prices a lot. I believe a few years ago it was much cheaper, but because the location has become so famous, everything has been marked up, even things that don't even come in boxes. So I think it's still worth it to come here, because that's basically what we did. We knew it was going to be expensive when we went here, but we wanted to experience it, and I think it was a good experience. It's really nice. It's a really cool store to come and check out, even if you're not going to buy anything. Got some Nintendo DS games sealed as well. We have some old Game Boy versions, Game & Watch, in display cases here. especially the remake, Soul Silver. What was the gold one called? Soul Silver. Heart Gold, Heart Gold. We have some DS games in a display case here. Some older video game, Japanese video game magazines, Nintendo DS, PlayStation Perfect Catalog, PS3, PSP, Sega Saturn, and the stuff in this display case was not for sale, as you can see by the sign, not for sale. An old Game Boy Color Pikachu version. I had this one as a kid. That was my first Game Boy, was the Pikachu version. Got some more stuff not for sale. And Super Potato has about 3 or 4 floors. And this is the very top floor. It has a bunch of arcade machines. I don't think you can order food, but they do have a stand that has a bunch of snacks, some Japanese candy, and it's set up very nicely here. Everything, it's very loud, obviously, as you can tell. Bunch of Japanese candy here. I think we came here pretty early during the day, and it was probably a weekday, so I don't think there was many people here. So, rating Super Potato on cards, games, and figures. They do not have any cards that I could see. They might have some packs at the front desk, it's possible, but it is a pure video game store. And if I was going to rate the games out of 5, I would say it is a 4 out of 5. They do have a lot, probably more than any store that we went to. They definitely have more of a variety. If you're looking for any type of game system, even magazines or very old collector's items, if you want to check it out, they definitely have the variety for it. I'm not going to give it a 5 out of 5, even though they have the most variety, mainly purely because of the price range. Everything there was much more expensive than other stores in the area, but I would still say check it out because my wife gives the cuteness factor a 5 out of 5, and I would have to agree. And literally right opposite Super Potato is our next stop. Lashinbang. It is just a figure store. So if you're on the lookout, if you're in Japan and you're on the lookout for some figures, I would suggest coming here because it is a huge store for figures. First display case has a bunch of Dragon Ball characters. Frieza, Trunks, Goku Black, 𝓵𝓪𝓂, Gogeta Blue, Cooler, Goku, Vegeta. My wife found her first Chopper Premium figure 2012 Winter. Another Chopper figure here. Tony Chopper, just sitting down. Everything is still in the box. I'm not sure if it's unopened. Yes, it does say unopened on the side there. So these ones are not secondhand. These are completely new and sealed. It's very helpful that they say that in English, because I can read. I can basically read hiragana and katakana, but I basically know 0 kanji. So I'm glad they put the English there to tell us it wasn't opened. That one is opened. Gear 4, Shirahoshi. I'm not sure what series that is. Some villains from One Piece. Some new figures from Egghead. From the Egghead arc. So we didn't take much footage from Lashinbang, as you can see. My wife was mainly looking for any type of chopper figure. But Lashinbang is probably the best figure store we went to. I would rate it a 4 out of 5. I'm not sure about pricing. I'm not knowledgeable about figure pricing, but it seems to be a secondhand store and a place where you can buy unopened figures if you're looking for that. So 4 out of 5. Our next stop on the Akihabara walk is Radio Kaikan. Radio Kaikan. It's a huge, multi-leveled building. I believe it's around maybe 6 to 9, maybe 9 floors. And it is purely for any card video game, maybe not so much video game, maybe card and figures are the main attraction here. It's a bunch of little shops. It's basically like a mall with a bunch of little stores on every level. As usual, they have a bunch of Dragon Ball figures. Roshi, Boss Rabbit, Zarbon, Brawly, Goku, Bulma, Raditz, Piccolo, Ginyu, Frieza, Roshi with Chi-Chi's boomerang in his head. Got some Spy Family. I don't know the dog's name. I used to know it, I couldn't remember what it is. Got Monster Hunter as well. Monster Hunter is one of my favorite. Monster Hunter World is one of my favorite games. Played that for hundreds of hours. Probably one of my crowning achievements of video gaming was beating 𝓵𝓵𝓼𝓽𝓼. That was really hard. I don't know, that was really, really hard. One of the hardest bosses I've played in a video game. That and Consort or Dawn. Some Palicos in their armor. We got some Evangelion figures here. Asuka and Eva Unit 1. Looks like mainly from the Rebuild films. And also some Sailor Moon. Yeah. Of course my wife would like that. Fluffy Puffy. I don't remember what the cat's name is from Sailor Moon. We got some JoJo figures. I'm not very knowledgeable on JoJo. I have not seen or read any JoJo. I know people keep telling me to. I'll eventually get around to it. I'm sure I'll like it. Looks like it's about a bunch of buff guys fighting each other, so I like Dragon Ball, and that's the reason I like Dragon Ball. Very unique character design. Very cool. A bunch of small desk figures. Big ones in the back. And some Elden Ring figures. These were the only FromSoft figures we found the entire trip. And I know you can get these from the collector's edition of the main game and Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Around $600 with box, so they'll give you the box. That one's a bit cheaper, 400 with box as well. It's nice that they put that in English. Really, really nicely designed. Lots of effort went into this. And then you got a small Melina figure in the back. That one's $200. Wow. A Millennia one. And it looks like just the tarnished as well. A bunch of pins as well. Some Harry Potter looking a little bit anime. Radio Kaikan had a lot of unique stores with a ton of different, a ton of different variety of figures. They had Harry Potter, any sort of franchise, even if it was Western, they had a figure for it. So Radio Kaikan, just like Lashinbang, was figure focused. 4 out of 5 for figures, 1 out of 5 for games, and 2 out of 5 for cards. There is no cuteness factor involved in this, so it doesn't have the 𝓵𝓼𝓵 seal of cuteness approval. As we continue our walk through Akihabara, the sun has now set, and it is a cool, crisp evening. The streets are lit up with display cases of One Piece, Pokemon vending machines, and you can hear the sounds from the street and the stores, like video game Taito Station and our next stop, which is Trader. Trader is purely video games. They have a bunch of different systems, and as you can see, they have a large variety of Pokemon games and Pokemon related exclusive premium Game Boy and Game Boy Advance consoles. There's the same Pikachu yellow version Game Boy. They have everything everything sealed up within their boxes. Pokemon Gold, $132 Canadian. You got Sapphire up there with almost 200. There's Heart Gold, 220. They also have a bunch of just littered Game Boy games out of their boxes, as you can see in the back there. They have a ton of different handheld Game Boy and PSP consoles. At this point of our trip, we were looking to buy a Nintendo DS. So you see we had a bunch of different options here. Lots of different video game controllers. The pricing is all different on these because they're all in different states of either repair, or some of them are still sealed, so the prices will be a bit higher on those ones. You have some that are out of the box, as you can see with these PS4s. Nintendo 64 comes in a box, got a GameCube there in box, got a Wii that doesn't have a box. This PlayStation is about $100 Canadian. A bunch of older systems. As you can see, these ones don't come in the box. And the label here, it is in Japanese, which is a bit unfortunate. I mean, it's not unfortunate we're in Japan, but it's unfortunate if you can't really read it. But they do tell you what is wrong with it on this label. So if you see the writing there, it will tell you what it is either missing or what is wrong with it. I believe the Nintendo DS that we bought, we did buy a Nintendo DS at Trader. It did have a sticker that said the screen was a little bit yellowed, so it wasn't a perfect screen. That was basically it, and it was much cheaper because of that, which was cool. And we didn't really notice much of the yellowing. The yellowing wasn't even that bad, so I think we got a pretty good deal on Nintendo DS. So if you bring your phone with you and you take a picture of the sticker and translate it, it will tell you what is wrong with it, so you can be more informed about the purchase. And it's very helpful. Trader also has a bunch of old games. Got some Nintendo 64 Kirby still in its packaging. I'm not sure if this is brand new or if it's, I guess it probably isn't brand new. I don't think they still make Nintendo 64 games. So it's probably, the ones in probably good condition are probably kept up in these cases here. I know all the games. I know the Pokemon XD GameCube game we got was sealed, and it is working perfectly. It comes with the box, came with the manual. The disc is barely scratched. So if you do, most of Trader's stuff is in good condition, I would say. So Trader was a bit less expensive than Super Potato, and everything was in great condition. Everything was sealed up. As you can see, there's a bunch of Pokemon games here from every different version still in the box. $62. I think that's pretty good for getting the box. I think it was around that price at Super Potato without the box and without knowing how good the condition is, but these ones are all perfectly sealed for pretty good price. This one's $124, not too bad. You'll see on the label what it says. I can't really translate it right now, but if you translate the label, it'll tell you what's wrong with it, and you can be better informed about your decision to purchase it. $134 for green. Leaf green down here, $121 Canadian, still in the box. Fire red. I think Trader had some of the best pricing for things that were still sealed up and good condition. As you can see, there's some here that are outside of the box. Let's see the price. $60. I think. Oh, that one's really faded. Wow. So I think the pricing at Trader is better than Super Potato. So Trader has no cards or figures whatsoever. They are a pure gaming store, and I would give it a higher rating than Super Potato purely for the pricing. I think Super Potato probably has a more variety, but if you're just looking for Pokemon games and old console systems, this is probably the best place to go. Trader. everything is sealed up and they tell you on the label what's wrong with it, and most of it is probably not even that bad. So I think Trader has the best options for games in Akihabara. And now we have left Akihabara and traveled all the way to Osaka. Osaka. Osaka, Osaka, Osaka. The cozy hotel we were staying at was just a lazy walk away from famous 𝓹𝓵𝓪𝔂. 𝓹𝓵𝓵𝓪𝔂 is a district in Osaka. You will probably recognize the canal or river that runs through it, with tons of restaurants and shops and stores lining up on either side. Our hotel was literally right beside it, which we thought was really cool. There is a really, really good gyoza restaurant along this canal. Probably the best gyoza I've ever had, and we got a seat that overlooked the entire canal, which we thought was really a special spot. This is a really relaxing spot to just sit back and have some delicious Japanese street food. Me and my wife, we had some octopus balls or takoyaki right at this shop here. And we just sat down and ate some delicious hot takoyaki and watched the boats drive by. If you are going on a trip to Japan and specifically looking for Pokemon cards, then you have got to go to Osaka. There is a street, or a bunch of streets in Osaka with dozens upon dozens of Pokemon shops, almost right next to each other. There is a lot, and me and Rainessa went to basically all of them. This first one here is 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂. 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂. They have a lot of cards on display. A lot of art rares, illustration rares. There's a Cherry Blossom Pikachu, Kyogre, Gengar. Looks like a yellow sticker, so maybe secondhand. And here's a Poncho Umbreon. Poncho Eevee with his Umbreon poncho. I believe this said on the sticker, it said last one, and it didn't have a price. So I'm not sure what that meant. I don't know if you have to give them your best offer, or if you have to make a deal for it. I'm not sure. And here's some more evolution cards. Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon. I believe that was the Leafeon from Prismatic Evolutions that my wife Renessa, she did pick up that one. That $70 one. Got some One Piece cards. Looks like One Piece waifu cards. I guess Ace is a waifu. You got Nami, Ace, Sanji's sister, I can't, Reiji or Reiju, I'm not sure. Can't remember her name. You have Uta from One Piece movie, I think it was One Piece movie Red. Nami manga style card. Kid, Zoro, Trafalgar Law. The manga style cards look really good. They're also really expensive. So for this first card, Store C-Labo, I would give it a 5 out of 5. We did pick up a fair amount of cards here. A lot of evolution cards for Renessa. They do not have games, they do not have figures, but they do have a lot of cards. Our second stop on this street full of card stores is 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂. 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂. Most of these card shops are all the same. It just depends on what cards they have in them. So they're all basically laid out the same way, with displays of different cards they have. It just depends on what they got and what you're looking for. This one has a lot of older cards in this display set. You got a really cool Groudon there. Looks like it was $700. Oh, no, I think I misread that. I'm not sure what the number beside it is. It might be what the rating is or what the store has rated the card in terms of its condition. I believe that we read that somewhere. I don't remember if that is what this 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂's labels are saying, but I do remember reading that in a specific store. I can't remember if it was 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂, but I think that would probably be a pretty good guess. The store is rating the cards and telling you the condition. And Renessa has her eye on that Snom. Snom is one of her favorites. She was obsessed with Snom when he first made his appearance. I think it was Sword and Shield. So a few years ago, I guess 6 years ago, she was obsessed with Snom. She found a card there. There's Salamence, Terrapagos. Lots of these all look like they're pretty cheap, so they're probably not that rare, but they do look really good. On the other side, you have some more tons and tons and tons and tons of different cards from different sets throughout the years. Lots of EX cards, Latios, Latias, Blastoise, Celebi, Shaman, Gengar, Tag Team one there with Mimikyu. Oh, Reshiram. this other side, this other display case has lots of prismatic evolutions. When we were in Japan, this was all the rage at that point. Lots of evolution cards from prismatic evolutions or terrestrial festival. Glaceon, Jolteon, Espeon, Sylveon, Umbreon, Eevee. If you're an evolution fan, that display case is for you. And found another display case with some older evolution cards. A tag team with, oh, I can't remember her name. I'm blanking on her name. I know it, but I'm blanking on it. Sylveon and someone else was there. Gardevoir. Sylveon and Gardevoir tag team. Mewtwo tag team up there. Some older ones of Eevee. Some rainbow ones here. Those are really cool. Not too expensive either. And if the grading is to be believed, they would say that's a 5. None of these look like a 5 to me, but it might be hard to see in the display case. You can go and ask the staff. All you have to say is showcase, and they'll know what you mean. Just go up to them and say showcase, and they'll know you're asking to go to one of the display cases and take a card out to look at the grading and how the condition is. And if you like it, you'll say you'll buy it. If you don't, they'll just say cancel or no, we don't want that one. They'll understand what you mean, even if they don't speak any English. Those are some really nice Mew cards. Vaporeon, Leafeon, Glaceon, Espeon, Umbreon, Sylveon, Leafeon. Tons more. This 𝓵𝓵 was huge, with tons and tons of Pokemon cards. So if you ever find yourself in Osaka and you're looking for some Pokemon cards, this street I would definitely recommend. I think if you just type in Pokemon card street in Osaka, Japan, you will be able to find it. 𝓵𝓵, I would also rate a 5 out of 5 for cards. Just like C-Labo, they don't have games or figures. On this street, they also do have another Super Potato. I think there is another Lashinbang. There is a Melon Books as well. If you're looking for manga, that was a really cool store. I wish I got some footage of that. It was huge. Thousands upon thousands of manga there. That was really nice to see. Now, here is a video of my wife, 𝓵𝓵𝓼, going through all of the goodies that we picked up from these places in Japan. Take it away, 𝓵𝓼𝓼.
Starting off with one of our big ticket item purchases in Japan. We purchased a Nintendo GameCube, and it came in its original box. There's quite a bit of damage on the box, but it's pretty cool. So we bought it at a second-hand store. There's a lot of those in Japan where you can do a lot of retro game shopping. So we got this GameCube. It came see how I go playing this one first, and then maybe I'll make an eBay purchase of Colosseum once I beat this one. The GameCube is region locked, so it only plays Japanese games on it, but that's totally okay with me and my husband. So we got Gale of Darkness, first GameCube game. We also found Mario Sunshine. Mario Sunshine for the GameCube. That'll be another really fun one to play. Mario Sunshine looks like that. This was one of my husband's favorite games when he was a kid. This, I think it's called Gotcha Force. Gotcha Force. And you play with a team of robots and fight bosses and things like that. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool game. I've watched my husband play a little bit of it so far. It looks like fun. Looks like fun. So got that one. And the last game that we bought for our Nintendo GameCube is Biohazard. some cool strats and hopefully some Tony choppers. And it would be amazing to finally pull a manga rare card. So in total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 one-piece booster packs for us. We also found this free run booster pack of cards, which is kind of cool. And we had my brother-in-law in mind when we purchased this because he's a fan of the free run show. And let's get into some of the single cards that I purchased at the trading card game shops. I think the main shops that we purchased cards at were C-Labo, 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂, Surugaya, and there might have been a couple others. There were so many trading card game shops, but some had a greater selection and variety and better prices than the others. So we kind of just had to shop around. Alright. So, as a Tony Chopper fan, I needed to start a Tony Chopper trading card collection, so I got quite a few Chopper cards. This one is from One Piece '08. Oh, this must be, I think, from the 2 Legends set then. And I thought it was just so cute, that classic scene on Drum Island where Chopper cries when he sees the cherry blossoms. And if you look close in the holographic pattern, there's tiny little cherry blossoms embedded into the holographic kind of design. Hopefully you can see that. It's a beautiful card. Absolutely beautiful. Chopper. I just want to wipe the tears away from his little eyes, tell him everything is going to be okay. So cute. And this card also reminds me of Japan because of the sakura blossoms and my time at the Shinjuku Gyoen National Park. So this was a must-have souvenir buy for me. Very cute. About 980 yen, so about $10 card. Very nice. I also couldn't resist this cute Chopper. He's dressed up like Santa Claus. Let me take it out of the packaging actually so you can see the full design. There's kind of like this sticker in the way. So it's a non-hollow but very cute. Non-hollow design but very cute. Maybe some sort of promo card. It says ST01 0006. Not sure, but absolutely love it. Chopper dressed up like Santa Claus. That's so cute. Put that back in the sleeve. So we got 2 choppers here. Got a couple more choppers actually. I'll try to hide the other cards that I got. The other ones are mainly all Pokemon, I think, next. So 2 more holographic chopper cards that I purchased. This one is Chopper. He's packing his bag. Let me take it out of the sleeve actually. He's packing his bag full of his medical supplies, being the cutest little blue-nosed reindeer doctor in all the land. Beautiful holographic shimmer and shine to this one. The color palette is really soft and nice too. Very warm. Chopper kind of in his classic outfit as well. Adorable, right? So cute. Paid about 480 yen for that one. I thought that was special rare. Special rare. I think alt art special rare from EB01, the extra memorial booster. That was kind of chopper themed, the first one. So cute. So this card was about 980 yen, or about $10. I couldn't resist, so I got four different chopper cards to start a Tony Chopper One Piece card collection. Pretty cute, right? Pretty cute little chopper card haul here. Also bought some Pokemon cards. I was really lucky to find some old Japanese vintage cards, and I had my heart set on collecting some more Evolutions to add to my Evolution collection. So I found an old Jolteon, a jungle Jolteon from the jungle set, holographic Jolteon. How cool is that? Look at that shimmer and shine behind the Jolteon, or the Sundas. Sundas is his Japanese name. This is probably one of the more expensive cards that I purchased, about $40, and it was at 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂. And I thought it was so cool. These cards have the old back to them. I think they're called old backs. Before the Japanese Pokemon cards changed their back to the more modern design, which looks more like, before they changed the design to have like more of a colorful look. I kind of think this one is really cool, the old one. It has a nice feeling to it, yeah. So, I got not only the Jolteon, I also got the Vaporeon and the Flareon jungle cards holographic. Just stick it at the sleeve. And the condition of these cards. The condition of these cards are not very good. That's why I was able to find them for such a good price. Got a nice swirl in the artwork here too. Beautiful swirl right above the Vaporeon's tail. Looks amazing, doesn't it? A jungle Vaporeon hollow. Japanese for about $30. So you can see, if I flip it over, there's quite a bit of like damage on the edge of the card. So maybe this has been lightly played with, but still in pretty good condition, to be honest. Not like there's a major rip or crease in it or anything like that. But the Flareon one was the most damaged, so I was able to get it for what I think was a steal price of about $13. To get out of the sleeve as well, so you can look at it without the sticker in the way. You can see there is a print line in the holographic. There's that little bubble there, and there's quite the scratch here in the hollow too. But still, like, the quality is not that bad. There's some hollow bleed along the edge of the card, but I'm more so interested in collecting one of all of the artworks of the Evolutions. To me, the quality is not what matters as much. To me, what matters is collecting cute fuzzballs like this cutie, this cute Evolution purchases. All 3 of the Jungle Evolutions holographic. I love them. Great addition to my Eevee collection. I was also really excited to purchase this beautiful Eevee card, the 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂 from Prismatic Evolutions. The special illustration rare one, it kind of looks like a stained glass storybook kind of design. 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂 in her cute crown looking like a jungle princess. The way the illustrator did all the vegetation around is quite pretty. Illustrator is Jiro Sasumo. Such good quality. Oh, I love the Prismatic Evolution set. It's a shame about all the scalping happening because I think it's a lot of people's favorite new set. It's mine too. I love the Evolution so much and I'd love to collect more of this beautiful set. This was probably, I think it was my most expensive card purchase. It was about 70,000 yen or about $70. But for my favorite Pokemon in a Japanese kind of alt art, for me that was worth it as a collector and a lover of cute 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂s. Stunning card. Stunning. Love it. Love it. I also picked up quite a few more holographic Evolution cards, including this cute 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂 from 2003. It is a first edition. It's damaged, but it was only about $3, so I thought it was a pretty good deal. The artwork is so cute with the moon in the background, and I'm not sure the set, but 2003, that's quite old, so I thought that was a cool find. Found another holographic 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂, this one a little bit more expensive, about $15, but so cute, right? Also first edition from 2005. Maybe black and white era, I'm not sure. I picked up a Valerian GX from the Sun and Moon era, only $3 as well. Only $3. Found this cool Espeon, $5, and it's a first edition as well from 2011, black and white era. A 𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓂 from 2011, also first edition, black and white. And I love this Umbreon, kind of running through the snow. This was a first edition card from 2007, Diamond and Pearl era. I found a Jungle Eevee card to go with my Holo Jungle Eevees, right? This one's so cute. I have this one in English, but I thought it'd be fun to also collect it in Japanese. Also has the old back of the Pokemon cards. We got a Rocket Eevee. I also have this one in English, but I thought it'd be fun to also collect it in Japanese. Isn't it funny how they used to illustrate Eevee's tail completely green? Not anymore. Illustrator Atsuko Nishida. And I found some more modern Evolution cards that I'm not sure if I have in my collection, but if I do, it's also kind of fun to also have it in Japanese. An Umbreon. This is a Scarlet and Violet era Umbreon. Scarlet and Violet era Espeon. Very cheap, only $1.80 for these ones. And then here are some that I just thought were super cute. They had kind of an area in the store where there were bins of Pokemon cards that you could kind of just sort through at your own leisure. These ones were behind glass and I had to ask for help, and specifically a store clerk would come over, allow me to check the condition of the cards, see if I Shaman. I couldn't resist. It was only 80 cents. I was like, why not? You know? Why not? An adorable Mew. I'm not sure why I've never seen this card before because I've opened up quite a bit of Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I thought the art was just so nice. Artist is you, Nishida. I loved it. It's so cute. And the last card I got for my husband, his favorite Pokemon, is Machamp. So I decided to pick this one up for him. I thought the artwork was really, really cool of Machamp. Kind of like punching right at you. Let me take it out of the sleeve. Yeah, that card looks amazing. I can't believe this was only 80 cents. It seems like a steal. You can find some really, really good deals shopping around at these card places. It's quite fun looking through all the artwork. It feels kind of like a gallery of your favorite hobby. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing that it's kind of just like free to go in and look around because it feels like a paid kind of like exhibit almost. If that makes any sense. So I picked up quite a few evolutions for my evolution card collection and some other cutie Pokemon. Other cutie cool card Pokemons. Alright, so here is our biggest green game win. My husband won this one for his cousin, the one that's getting married. And it is a Naruto figure. Look how cool. This was from, I think it was a Geico. They have green game buildings in Japan with like hundreds of different prizes that you can win from various game machines. There's like the traditional claw machine. This one was one where you had to kind of hook a claw into this part here and kind of like drag it off of a ledge until it fall down into the opening where you can claim your prize. On this side you can see kind of like the full sculpture, the full figure. And I think this character is Itachi. Yes, Itachi. Uchiha. Itachi Uchiha. Let's give you a bit of a close-up.